After pretending to be bankrupt, I was the only one who didn't abandon the CEO. After the CEO went bankrupt, his entire family turned their backs and left. I remained his loyal maid because I could hear his inner voice saying, "Damn it, pretending to be poor and old is exhausting. Winter is coming. It's time for the Zio group to go bankrupt. It's really bankrupt now." His stepmother, "Oh dear. I married into the Zio family for years and enjoyed very little fortune, only suffering. The old man hasn't been gone for many years, and now a disrespectful child like you has squandered all our assets and wants me to support you? How can I afford that? No, no, my heart condition is acting up again. I can't take on another burden." His uncle, "I can't possibly accommodate such a big Buddha like you know." His aunt, "I've had a tough few years myself. This isn't just adding another mouth to feed. My husband won't allow it." His biological aunt, "You useless pauper, get out of my sight." Just like that, the relatives who used to rush to comfort him at the slightest discomfort, self-proclaiming their importance due to blood ties, now avoided Zio Yan like the plague, afraid of catching any misfortune. After they all left, I snuck into his dilapidated office. Zio Yan's face was ashen, his fists clenched tight. "Go home with me. It's not a big place, but at least you won't have to sleep on the streets." I gave him a radiant smile. He looked at me in surprise. "They're all gone. Aren't you afraid I'll drag you down?" "No, I'm not afraid. Come with me, I'll take care of you from now on." I thumped my chest in assurance, but because I thumped too hard, I coughed violently a few times. Zio Yan was amused by my actions, and his expression softened. "Those are my relatives, I'd rather be an orphan than have you laugh at me." I shook my head, not caring at all. "What's there to laugh about? I'm an orphan too. Now we both have neither father nor mother, so let's rely on each other." Zio Yan's inner thoughts. Am I really meeting a saintly bodhisattva? Late at night, Zio Yan lay on the sofa in my rented house, covered with my small pink blanket. I hid behind the bedroom door, silently watching him, the corners of my lips constantly curving upwards in a crazy, almost psychotic grin. Oh dear, my god of wealth. I decided to become Zio Yan's most loyal maid, transforming my life from the lowest-level employee of the Zio group, because I could hear his inner voice. A few days ago, he pretended to eat steamed buns to show his poverty. I heard him mutter to himself, "Damn it, pretending to be poor is exhausting." Coincidentally, the very next day, his family clearly drew a line in the sand with him. If I don't seize such a huge opportunity to get rich, it would truly be rude. The next morning, I slurped down a bowl of instant noodles. Zio Yan sat opposite me, elegantly eating small bites with a fork, but internally he was cursing wildly. "No way, no way. I'm a CEO, and they're making me eat this stuff? I shouldn't have come here. Am I overdoing the act? Never mind, I can sneak out for steak later." "What, you want to eat alone? No chance." I quickly swallowed the last bite of noodles, stood up, and took a small $5 cream cake from the fridge. "Not used to it. This is a small cream cake I intentionally bought for you yesterday. Try it." He gallantly pushed the cake towards me, smiling gently. "You eat it. Don't girls like sweets?" You damned hypocritical man. He's clearly despising it internally, unable to stand how sticky it looks. Is this even human food? I want to eat dim sum at a fancy seafood restaurant. After the steak, I'll have to go for dim sum. I looked at him timidly. "You don't like it? I'm sorry, I'm very poor, I can't buy you anything good. We working people don't eat anything delicious. I haven't even dared to buy it for myself yet." Oh, she looks so pathetic. "I'll eat a little then, just a small bit. I can still eat more later." Under my hopeful gaze, he began to eat. "Damn it, it's really sticky. Oh, it's so hard to eat. Should I confess? Is it still not too late to stop pretending?" I tried to hold back my laughter and asked him, "Is it delicious?" "Very delicious, thank you. Do you want a taste?" I poured a glass of milk and placed it next to him. "There's a delicious fried bun shop at the end of the street. Shall I go buy some for you?" "Oh, forget it. Aren't you out of money?" His mouth said one thing, but his heart said another. "Go buy it quickly. I don't want to eat this stuff anymore." I patted his head to comfort him. "There's still money for fried buns. You wait obediently at home, okay?" Before I left the door, I heard Xiao Yan's inner voice again. She doesn't seem so bad. Later, I'll buy her a luxurious seafood combo. I'll just say I picked it up from the trash can. But what does it mean that she patted my head? Am I her little dog? Damn it, I hate being patted on the head the most. After devouring a hearty bowl of beef noodles with extra meat outside, I returned with 2 fried buns. Nearing the end of the street, I saw Xiao Yan's stepmother. Our area was very chaotic, with many small shops. Initially, I chose to live here simply because the rent was cheap. Xiao Yan's stepmother considered herself a high-class, noble person. Why would she stoop to come here? And so sneakily, too. I followed her through winding alleys to an antique shop. The stepmother took an item from her bosom and handed it to the owner. "Sir, can you tell me how much this is worth?" "Well, it's a rare item." My keen eyes clearly saw the item's shape, a wristwatch. I had seen it before in Xiao Yan's office, watched him stare blankly at the women's watch. At the time, my department manager even joked a few times, and he simply said it was his mother's relic. I turned to leave, but my feet felt nailed to the ground. A relic? This is his mother's relic. Selling someone's mother's relic is truly shameless. Hey, what are you doing? I just finished a full bowl of beef noodles. Now's a good time to burn some energy. Xiao Yan's stepmother was startled by my powerful shout. The moment she saw me, her eyes rolled as if to flip to the sky. "Who are you? You're stealing someone's mother's relic to sell for money. How immoral!" The owner, hearing that the item was stolen, quickly put it back on the counter. I snatched it with quick hands and darted away. As I ran out of the alley, the stepmother chased after me. She reached out and pulled my hair back, almost ripping off my scalp. I winced in pain, baring my teeth, and pushed her with my free hand. It was morning rush hour, and seeing a spectacle, a crowd quickly gathered. Oh no, I can't run away now. "Who the hell is this crazy woman? Why did she snatch my stuff?" She angrily pointed at me. "This is my stuff. It clearly belongs to Xiao Yan," she sneered. "Ha, so you're Xiao Yan's lapdog? Didn't he go bankrupt? Are you still licking his boots? He can't afford to keep you now. Let me give you a piece of advice. While you're still young, find a new master quickly. A failure and weakling like him isn't even worth a dog." For some reason, hearing her slander Xiao Yan like that, an unknown fire flared within me, burning hotter and fiercer. I hugged the watch tightly, not letting her near. "Talk trash, eat shit. You're the one who was kept, your whole family was kept. Xiao Yan is half your son anyway. It's a waste that he used to treat you like his own mother, but what about you? The moment he went bankrupt, you immediately drew a line, and now you're even selling his mother's belongings. Aren't you afraid his deceased mother will come find you tonight?" Hearing me say that, the surrounding people started whispering. She was furious, swinging her hand and slapping my face twice. I had to protect both the watch and the fried buns, unable to defend myself for a moment. She pressed her advantage, kicking my knee. I painfully fell down, and she pounced, pinning me to the ground. Trapped, unable to get up, I closed my eyes, hugging the watch tightly. Enough, the heavy weight on me disappeared. I opened my eyes, only to see his stepmother lying on the ground in a strange position. Xiao Yan's face was cold. He said nothing as he helped me up. The stepmother on the ground screamed like a pig being slaughtered. "Get out!" A murderous aura seemed to emanate from Xiao Yan. The stepmother continued to yell. Xiao Yan slowly advanced towards her. She dared not bark anymore, even recoiling a few steps from his powerful presence. You, what do you want to do? I'm your mother." Xiao Yan stopped, looking at her sternly. My mother passed away over 10 years ago. Why are you still standing here? If you want to be my mother, you should go where you belong. Shall I escort you?" "You dare talk to me like that?" "I'm sorry," Xiao Yan feigned regret. "I really forgot how to communicate with you. Or perhaps I should do this." "Woof." Xiao Yan's serious expression as he imitated a dog's bark was not funny at all. "If you don't understand human language, do you understand this?" She tried to act up again. Xiao Yan merely gave her a look that silenced her instantly. "My patience has its limits. Right now, immediately, get out." Xiao Yan was bankrupt. He had no ties to her anymore. She had no reason to be afraid, but for some reason, she was so intimidated by the man in front of her that she dared not say another word, only spitting fiercely. "You just wait." The crowd dispersed. I carefully held up the watch, dangling it in front of him. Here, take it. Xiao Yan looked at me in silence, staring until my hair stood on end. Did he see everything? Don't pay attention to what she said. She's a vicious woman. We shouldn't bother with her. No, I'm not hurt. When I was in the orphanage, Suddenly, he embraced me tightly. My recently slapped face pressed directly against his chest. It hurt like hell. His inner voice came through. Holy hell, I must have looked incredibly cool just now. I looked at the high-class food in the exquisite box in front of me, carefully swallowing my saliva. How did you expose your identity so quickly? Xiao Yan crossed his legs, his hands elegantly intertwined, smiling gently at me. Eat. I just picked it up from a trash can outside Jingcheng Villa. Consider it a small token of my gratitude for you taking me in. Holy hell, will she believe that? What if she's afraid it's dirty and won't eat it? This is food I specially ordered the chef to make immediately. If she doesn't eat it, I'll sneakily eat it myself. Anyway, I wasn't full just now. I ignored his petty calculations and pulled the corners of my mouth into a smile, asking, You said you were going to buy ointment for me, but you ended up rummaging through trash cans? I put on an expression of extreme heartache. You're a CEO, for heaven's sake. Wah, it's all my fault, I'm useless, I have no money, I can't take good care of you. I covered my face with my hands, sobbing, peeking at his expression through my fingers. As expected, he froze. A small crack seemed to appear on his perfectly composed face. He stood stunned for a long time, finally uncrossing his legs. He ambled over to me, awkwardly patting my head. There, don't cry anymore. I didn't say you weren't taking good care of me. Damn it, why do women cry at the drop of a hat? I refused to listen, continuing to sniffle. It'll get cold if you don't eat it. Be a good girl, eat first, okay? Don't cry anymore, don't cry anymore. If you cry anymore, even the leftovers won't be hot. I don't care, I'll keep crying. All right, I'll tell you a secret. I have a strange habit. I really like rummaging through trash cans. Before, I was too embarrassed because of my status, but you've conveniently liberated my true nature. Damn it, my heroic life is ruined. Wah. Only then did I stop sniffling, looking up at him with a pitiful face. Really? You're not lying to me, are you? It must be said that Xiao Yan's self-control was excellent. The speed of his internal cursing was so fast that I almost couldn't catch it all. On the outside, he maintained the demeanor of a calm scholar. Of course, hurry and eat. If you don't like it, then never mind, we won't eat it. I'll rebuild my career and then I'll buy you delicious food. With that, he picked up the food box, intending to leave. His inner joy was a bit too loud for me. Yahoo, more delicious food. I quickly stepped forward to stop him, snatching the food box and hugging it close. This acting is exhausting. Who wouldn't eat high-end restaurant food? Only a fool wouldn't. I held an Australian lobster in my left hand and Wagyu beef in my right, stuffing my mouth full. Xiao Yan gently advised from beside me, Eat slowly, you might choke. Holy hell, is this girl a reincarnated hungry ghost? But looking at her thin arms and legs, has she never eaten good food before? Oh well, considering she took me in, this young master, will reluctantly go rummage through trash cans more often in the future. That night, I lay in bed, still dreaming of the lavish meal from earlier. Suddenly, faint footsteps outside. Past experiences made me very sensitive. My hand unconsciously reached for the scissors hidden under my pillow. Uncle Chen, please take a look for me. This morning her stepmother slapped her. Did it affect her brain? Xiao Yan's voice reached me, making me completely relax. I decisively pretended to be asleep to see what he was up to. The person called Uncle Chen seemed to examine me very carefully. Afterwards, he told Xiao Yan that there was no major problem. Xiao Yan was a bit skeptical. Really no problem? I thought she wasn't very smart to begin with. Let's not let her brain get any more damaged. Uncle Chen chuckled, scolding, You don't even trust a doctor like me. Xiao Yan gave an awkward laugh, apologizing repeatedly. But you pretended to go bankrupt, and you didn't retaliate against your stepmother. Was it all for this girl? Uncle Chen clicked his tongue twice. You young people have so many strange ways of dating. Xiao Yan's voice turned cold. No, Uncle Chen, you don't understand. Then I heard the sound of a lighter. Smoking in my bedroom? Unacceptable. Fortunately, someone stepped in to help me. I only heard a dull thump. Uncle Chen's slap connected with Xiao Yan's perfect head, a wonderful sound. Uncle Chen, what are you doing? Xiao Yan suppressed his wronged voice. I was just pretending, I was sucking on a lollipop. You rascal, remember, no matter what, you must not smoke. Your father is gone, I'm your foster father. Watch me beat you to death. I know. His voice sounded aggrieved, like a whimpering puppy. After seeing Uncle Chen off, Xiao Yan secretly entered my room again. I was mentally calculating where to hide my lollipops in the future. The living room was no longer safe. Xiao Yan sat down beside me, his hand resting on the spot where I had been hit earlier that day. He said nothing more, but his inner voice truly reached my ears. Is there really such a foolish woman in this world? Perhaps my mother was right. There are always people in life who don't calculate. I pretended to stir, mumbling, I want money, I want lots of money. Xiao Yan's hand, which was stroking me, stiffened. He turned away disappointed, intending to leave. I continued, with money, I can take good care of Xiao Yan. The retreating footsteps suddenly halted. The door gently closed, accompanied by a curse. Damn it. The next morning, a check was placed in front of me. Tens, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions. Oh my God, I took a deep breath, almost fainting. Xiao Yan awkwardly touched his nose, about to speak, and I immediately understood and continued. Did you go rummaging through trash cans again? Xiao Yan immediately nodded. Yes, I thought I'd try my luck a bit, and unexpectedly my luck was so good. By the end of his laughter, Xiao Yan clearly lacked confidence. At this rate, I can't keep up the act either. This is $5 million. I carefully put the check away, stuffing it into my pocket, then jumped up and hugged him tightly. My Xiao Yan is truly amazing. He was outstanding as a CEO, and now he's just as talented at rummaging through trash cans. Indeed, there's a champion in every profession. Xiao Yan stiffened slightly in my embrace, his ears turning a little red. Damn it, this woman is so casual. A man must protect himself when going out. But is she really that foolish? Who can casually find a $5 million check? After everything is settled, I must take her to Uncle Chen's hospital to get her head checked. Just now, she ran towards me like a little rabbit. Are all girls this fragrant and soft? Seeing his internal thoughts gradually turn perverted, I quickly released him. When I went to the bank to cash the check, the teller looked at me with an unusual gaze. Finally, their manager personally came out to assist me. During the process, he continuously hinted at my relationship with Chen Xiu. Chen Xiu was the one who issued this check. Only then did I notice that he was the director of a famous private hospital in the city. His assets encompassed almost all industries. It was said that his wealth was still an enigma. No one had ever known his true capabilities. $5 million in his eyes was probably just like $5. Connecting this to the Uncle Chen that Xiao Yan mentioned last night, I took a sharp breath. What level am I on? The big shark came to check my slapped injury. After depositing the money, I immediately transferred $2 million to an account, then took out my phone and found Aunt Chin's contact. Quickly arranged Than surgery, we have money now. Aunt Chin's phone immediately called back. She stammered, Nyan, we mustn't break the law. Money that shouldn't be earned, shouldn't be earned. Aunt Chin, don't worry, it's all clean money. And you mustn't sell yourself short. What did I teach you when you were little? I retorted, how could I? Am I made of gold? How could I sell myself for this much money? You're right, I have neither breasts nor buttocks. No rich idiot would probably spend that much money. Suddenly, a panicked voice came from the other end. Patient is vomiting blood. Family members come quickly. Aunt Chin hung up. A month passed, and she reported to me that the surgery was successful. Xiao Yan was still Xiao Yan, with that gentle demeanor. He ate the tomato scrambled eggs I cooked, maintaining an elegant air as if savoring fine dining. If you disregard his inner voice, eating tomato scrambled eggs for a whole week now. Is that $5 million meant to raise a dog? Isn't it meant to raise this whiny puppy right here? Is it delicious, Yan? Delicious? Delicious my ass. He hadn't been home much lately, but I didn't ask. If I did, he'd probably say he was rummaging through trash cans again. It's just that recently, rumors had started circulating in the business world. A new, mysterious tycoon had emerged from nowhere. This person was extremely secretive, generous yet ruthless, having already acquired the assets of several prominent families. However, no one had seen this person's physical company, they only knew that it operated covertly. Everyone speculated he was accumulating capital. When he suddenly appeared, no one knew whose head he would strike. I also pretended not to know that it was Xiao Yan. The door was knocked. As soon as I opened it, it was his long-unseen, troublesome stepmother. The moment I saw her, an invisible fear rose within me. I felt my cheeks burning and aching, subconsciously taking a few steps back. The stepmother sneered twice, bumped into me, and walked straight into the house. Xiao Yan also looked displeased upon seeing her. "What are you doing here?" The stepmother calmly sat down, disdainfully throwing two invitations. "Your sister is back from abroad, and I'm organizing a party to introduce her to business partners. You should bring your little girlfriend along. After all, I am your stepmother. Don't say I treat you badly." Xiao Yan chuckled. Not just him, even I couldn't help but laugh. At first, I thought she'd discard Xiao Yan like trash when he went bankrupt. Now, she needed to pave the way for her daughter, so she remembered him. What kind of business partners would a parasite clinging to men have? They were just connections from Xiao Yan's father when he was alive. Xiao Yan's coldness embarrassed her. "Xiao Yan, don't push your luck. Right now, you're just a struggling dog. I've deigned to throw you a bone. Why aren't you running over and wagging your tail?" "No way. Why does this woman get so agitated so easily?" Xiao Yan calmly sat down, elegantly resting his hand on the back of the sofa. "Woof, woof, woof, you little rascal, I've given you face." "Woof, woof." The stepmother was so furious her face turned green, her voice shriller than ever. "I am your elder, you disrespectful brat." "Woof, woof, woof." No matter how crazy the stepmother got, Xiao Yan chose to communicate in her language. Indeed, the best way to drive someone insane is to echo their words. The stepmother went berserk, almost smashing everything on my coffee table. "It's up to you whether you come or not. But I warn you, I have 100 ways to make your life miserable here. Do you think you're still the young master of the Xiao family from before? If you know what's good for you, cooperate with me, pave the way for your sister, and maybe you'll even get a bowl of rice." With that, she wiggled her round bottom, preparing to leave. I sadly looked at the messy battlefield on the floor. Xiao Yan suddenly stood up, seizing her wrist tightly with one hand. "You smash things and then just leave." The stepmother painfully pulled out $200 from her pocket and threw them on the ground. "This should be enough for your whole family to live on, right?" Xiao Yan didn't answer. His grip began to tighten. I seemed to hear the bones beneath that fleshy wrist crackling. The stepmother screamed in pain. A stack of money was pulled out. She tried to throw it on the ground. Xiao Yan flipped her around, pushing her directly in front of me. "Who needs your stinking money? I want you to apologize to her." I quickly stepped forward to collect the money. It's okay. Anyway, this money is enough to buy all the furniture in my house." Xiao Yan only released her when he saw my expression soften. She thought she was safe. "You rascal, treating an elder like this, sooner or later you'll get your comeuppance. A rude person like you deserves to have your mother die early, your father die tragically. You're the one who caused their deaths. The fate of you lowlifes is to be alone forever." Hearing her mention his parents, Xiao Yan's face visibly darkened. He took step after step towards his stepmother. At this rate, he might actually kill her. "Say one more word about my parents." You, who are you trying to scare? Can you even kill me? I've never been afraid of anyone." I quickly pulled Xiao Yan back. He shook off my hand, saying nothing, and continued to advance towards her. Rubbing my bottom that had hit the ground, I truly felt the vast difference in strength between men and women. I saw Xiao Yan's eyes turn red, stepping closer to his stepmother. His stepmother's hand behind her back seemed to be fumbling for something in her handbag. I felt worried. I didn't want Xiao Yan to get hurt or to hurt someone worthless. I looked around, suddenly seeing a plastic bag next to the trash can. Oh no, no other way, use that. While the two of them were confronting each other, I picked up the plastic bag. The very moment Xiao Yan was about to close in on her, the stepmother pulled out half a broken mirror from her handbag. Just as the sharp edge was about to stab Xiao Yan's face, a horrible stench suddenly wafted into the air. Xiao Yan involuntarily stopped, stepping back a few paces. His pupils dilated in shock as he looked around. Oh my God, did the toilet explode? The plastic bag containing the unidentified object in my hand took the opportunity to cover the stepmother's head. Then I covered my nose and stood next to Xiao Yan. So smelly, so smelly. What's inside this auntie's mouth? So smelly, just like the poop of Uncle Woof's meow meow next door. The stepmother's piercing scream was deafening. Xiao Yan's inner thoughts also became lively. This woman actually scooped up cat poop with her bare hands. Holy hell. Good thing I wasn't harsh with her just now. Oh no, I think I pushed her away. My eyes almost rolled back into my head. Wasn't it because I was saving you that I did all that? If I had been a second slower, your handsome face would have been ruined, you know that. The stepmother cursed and screamed, calling me crazy. She stumbled and ran to the elevator door, even slipping and falling. The next day, the elevator was incredibly foul-smelling. Residents demanded security camera footage. Images of the stepmother with a pile of brown poop on her head were printed in color and plastered all over the apartment complex. Passers-by pointed and used it to educate children. See, darling, meow meow is cute, but we mustn't play this game. The next day, Xiao Yan secretly bought a lot of sausages for the stray cats in the area. I pretended not to see, turned and walked away, hiding my identity. Those who do free poop scooping will receive blessings. The battle with the wicked witch ended victoriously, but Xiao Yan didn't seem too happy. To comfort him, I specially bought premium steak for him to eat, but he only took one bite and stopped. I ate the rest. The taste wasn't bad at all. Previously, whenever this young man occasionally wanted to improve his meal, he would even want to eat my portion too. No, when I woke up in the middle of the night, I saw him standing on the balcony with a hesitant look in his eyes, the moonlight reflecting on his face, looking broken and sorrowful. His slender fingers gently rubbed his forehead, sighing softly, then he pulled a lollipop from his pants pocket and put it in his mouth. Strawberry flavor. Looks like my snack hiding spot in the bedroom isn't safe anymore either. I walked over and gently patted his shoulder. Instinctively, he hid the lollipop behind his back. I gave a helpless smile and shoved all the lollipops in my pocket into his hand. Holy hell, such good news. Tonight, he looks too heartbroken for me to bully him. What's wrong? Not happy? I helped him unwrap another lollipop and stuffed it into his other cheek. His cheeks puffed up, making him look like a small hamster. He took out the lollipops, looking at them in the moonlight for a long time, then suddenly he smiled. Actually, she was quite good back then. My biological mother passed away when I was 5. 5 years old, what could you know? I only remember that day there were many people, acquaintances and strangers alike, all crying loudly in my living room. They cried so much that I found it annoying and told them all to get out. At that time, no one called me rude anymore. Each person vied to hug me, saying they would take good care of me from then on. No, I had both a father and a mother. Why would I need these outsiders to take care of me? At this point, he smiled bitterly and shook his head. Then my mother just lay there quietly. No matter how I called, she wouldn't wake up. You know, my old man, though rich, was busy. The lunchboxes I took to kindergarten were all prepared by my mother herself. They were delicious. Back then, there was a chubby kid who would steal my lunchbox every day. When my mother found out, she prepared 2 portions for me. She said my family had nothing much but money. If the other kids liked to eat, she was happy, so she just bought and made a lot. My mother, she didn't have any hobbies like other rich wives. I used to hear the servants secretly say behind her back that she was foolish. How would I describe this foolishness? It's almost like you. Then my father was devastated for half a year, and after that, he worked even more frantically to earn money. He didn't even glance at other women outside. Don't think my stepmother looks very rich now. Back then, when she followed my father, her waist was a masterpiece, and her eyes and eyebrows were very similar to my mother's. Is this the replacement type? The first time I saw her, I guessed my father would fall into her trap. My old man raised me until I was 10 without ever touching a woman, which is quite a model in this circle. Later, I saw my stepmother's photos before plastic surgery. Damn it, it was blatant fraud. But at that time, she treated my father well and me too. They were already married, why bother with a divorce? Just make do, everyone wants to live better. I understood her too. He rambled on about many things. There was also his younger sister whom his stepmother brought, and the chaos in the Xiao family after his father passed away. He took charge in a crisis, enduring countless hardships to stabilize the situation. Towards the end, he almost blurted out the story of pretending to go bankrupt. I quickly cut him off, but a real pang of sadness touched my heart. Everything's over now. His eyes sparkled, looking at me intently. You won't deceive me, right? I felt a little guilty, because if he had really gone bankrupt then, I think I would have run faster than anyone. I had no right to enjoy the beautiful things in life. The purpose of every step I took was to earn money. I had to earn as much money as possible. Finally, I urged him back to his room. Today, this young master showed such a vulnerable side. This girl better not fall in love with me. My hand trembled as I closed the door. All the sadness in my heart completely vanished. Today was the anniversary of his mother's death. My eyes lingered on the 2 invitations placed on the nightstand. His wild younger sister's party was in 3 days. I wanted to get revenge for him. Revenge for 10-year-old Xiao Yan. I held up a tailor-made, high-end suit. Xiao Yan held up a newly released evening gown from X Brand's latest season. Both our expressions of wanting to surprise the other became equally stiff in the cramped living room. That was bought with the 5 million. That was found in a trash can. We both burst out laughing at the same time. After changing, I hooked my arm through his, and we left the house. A luxurious car was waiting at the door. Xiao Yan awkwardly touched his nose, saying he called an app-based ride for some show. I pretended not to hear the driver's inner voice. Young master, get in first. After he miraculously produced a formal gown, which coincidentally matched the location I wanted to go to, I vaguely felt that after tonight, things would be different. I should take things slowly. The amount I needed was still far off, but for some reason, I was eager to see him stand in the spotlight again. We hadn't even entered the hall when a few shrewd lackeys blocked our way. They scurried inside to invite the stepmother out. She was surprised by our attire for a moment, then her expression turned to contempt. Oh, how much did that cost to rent? Still have money to pretend to be a tycoon? Aren't you afraid you'll be begging for food tomorrow? I snorted. Begging for food is still better than eating sh*T like you. Xiao Yan cooperatively fanned the air with his hand, as if something foul was in the air. She's swearing, it's so dirty, I love it. The stepmother was so furious her nose turned crooked, screaming and demanding that we be thrown out. I held up the invitation in my hand. You yourself came to our house to invite us. Now you won't let us in? Look at all that excess fat on you. Your speed at taking off clothes isn't even as fast as your change of face, is it? Anyway, your waist easily gets stuck, but your thick skin is different. It peels off smoothly and easily. The stepmother was enraged, ordering the guards to charge. Xiao Yan took a defensive stance, silently shielding me behind him. Just then, a hearty laugh broke the tense atmosphere. Uncle Chen had arrived. The moment she saw him, the stepmother immediately switched to a fawning smile. Uncle Chen is here. Please come in. Wang Dudu always talked about you when she was abroad. Uncle Chen feigned confusion. Dudu? Which Dudu? The stepmother's smile stiffened. Uncle, what are you saying? It's my daughter with Mr. Xiao. You even held her when she was little. Uncle Chen looked like he suddenly understood. Oh, I remember. You're talking about that chubby little girl you brought along back then, right? Of course, I remember. I only held her once and I almost sprained my back. She even had to be checked at my hospital for obesity. It's hard to forget. My goodness, 6 years old and weighing 65 kilograms, can you believe it? The passing guests couldn't help but chuckle aloud. One of the stepmother's goals for this party was to find a rich husband for her daughter. Being spoken of like that, she naturally lost all face. Uncle Chen, seeing this, stopped and invited Xiao Yan and me to go in with him. With this rich patron here, the stepmother naturally dared not make things difficult for us anymore. I smugly turned to her, giving an international friendly gesture. Xiao Yan today wore a high-end suit, his hair styled, something new. He was naturally a born noble, now having shed the oversized t-shirts he wore at my place. His entire being exuded a powerful aura, deterring anyone from approaching. His long, graceful legs, combined with shiny branded leather shoes, took step after step into the hall. He even deliberately walked slowly to match my pace. Of course, if I couldn't hear his inner voice, where did she learn all these bad tricks? But it feels really good. I also want to give her the middle finger. Uncle Chen is truly the best of the best. It's all right, someone will do the dirty work for me. Damn it, I was born to shine. Yay, 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 Uncle Chen, you're here. A voice that could crush 100 mosquitoes came through, making me shiver. Seeing Wang Dudu rush over like a butterfly, Xiao Yan's expression remained calm. Does this person die if she speaks normally? Wang Dudu pretended to be intimate, hooking her arm through Uncle Chen's. Uncle Chen, why isn't Jiajun here? Dudu has been so lonely abroad for several years, missing him terribly. Uncle Chen didn't budge, retracting his arm. My son is busy today, he can't make it. Actually, Wang Dudu was quite thin, not at all the obese figure Uncle Chen described. But unfortunately, her aesthetic taste was similar to her mother's. When she said that, her eyes were full of pitiful expectation, but because she had too much filler to create a smiling lip effect, the corners of her mouth kept curling up like a husky. No wonder mother and daughter had the same thick skin. Seeing Uncle Chen unresponsive, she blinked and clung to him again, feigning apology and tapping her head. Silly Dudu forgot Jia Jun is very busy. Next time, Dudu should go find him herself, right? Uncle Chen was almost driven to madness. No, absolutely not. My son he likes Xiao Yan. Uncle Chen was too reckless. Seizing the opportunity when someone came to chat, Uncle Chen went with the flow and escaped with them. Wang Dudu stomped her feet, glaring at Xiao Yan with a venomous look. The stepmother brought over a glass of wine to comfort Wang Dudu. Dudu, don't be angry. That old man is definitely tricking you. Later, when the mysterious CEO arrives, will he still care about a Xiao Yan? By then, you can do whatever you want. Wang Dudu, mollified, no longer bothered to hide her disdain for Xiao Yan. You pathetic pauper, are you using such disgusting methods to climb up the social ladder? Get out of my sight now. Xiao Yan sneered. Before, when you secretly gnawed on my leftover chicken drumsticks, I didn't kick you out of the house. You truly are a woman with an iron heart. Turns out, at that time, the stepmother also realized that Wang Dudu couldn't stay fat forever, so she strictly controlled her diet. But children can't control their mouths. She even gnawed clean Xiao Yan's leftover chicken drumsticks. Where did that kind of audacity come from? Wang Dudu looked as if her tail had been stepped on, her eyes wide, hands on her hips, ready to unleash a stream of curses. Fortunately, the stepmother still had some composure, stopping her in time. Oh dear, my good daughter. Who knows, the mysterious CEO might already be here, hiding somewhere and secretly observing you. Now is not the time to lose face. With that, she glared menacingly at Xiao Yan and me. Later, I'll make these mongrels run away like dogs for you, okay? Wang Dudu heard this, raised her head proudly, and walked away. Mother is right, these people aren't worth my time. Idiot, Xiao Yan and I cursed silently at the same time. The main party officially began. The stepmother stood on stage, delivering a passionate speech. She spoke of her difficulties over the past many years, expressed her longing for Xiao Yan's father, and conveniently built up an image of a kind stepmother. The guests present were all shrewd old foxes. Everyone could see what kind of person she was. So, they all stared at her with expressions as if watching a comedy. My self-control is still not enough. I can't listen to this anymore. What a long fart. Who has a chrysanthemum growing out of their mouth? I didn't even need a microphone to make myself heard throughout the hall. Everywhere my gaze landed, there were muffled chuckles. The stepmother's face turned pale. She waved her hand, calling for security. Just as she was about to explode in fury, someone quietly approached and whispered a few words to her. She forced herself to swallow her anger, putting on a radiant smile, truly like a chrysanthemum in bloom. Everyone probably doesn't know yet, right? The rumored new tycoon in the industry will appear at Wang Dudu's party tonight. By then, he and we will be one family. With that, she glared threateningly at me. Several minutes passed, the venue remained silent. The stepmother looked a bit suspicious but still called into the microphone a few times. Xiao Yan chuckled softly, stood up, and carefully smoothed out the small wrinkles on his suit. I looked up at him, the stage lights shining directly on his head. Backlit, I almost couldn't make out his face anymore. He patted my shoulder as if comforting me. Wait, I'm going to drop a big one. No, I'm going to do something really big for you to see. As Xiao Yan stepped, step by step, towards the center of the stage, the stepmother actually realized something, but she didn't dare admit it. Something this horrific? How can I admit it? So she chose to be stubborn. What are you doing up there? Get down now. If you offend the distinguished guests later, I won't forgive you. Xiao Yan looked around, shrugging carelessly. Distinguished guests? Where? You're not talking about me, are you? What do you think these uncles and aunties are here for tonight? You don't actually think it's because your face is that important, do you? The stepmother was escorted off stage by two people. I heard her legs had turned to jelly. Then came the moment Xiao Yan announced his identity. Xiao Yan's new company officially opened today. At the same time, he extended invitations for cooperation to the uncles and aunties present at the party. The surroundings were bustling with noise. I walked through the crowd and suddenly heard his inner voice. Girl, if this doesn't make you fall head over heels for me, then what will? The Xiao family villa is huge. Xiao Yan looked at me proudly. It's pretty good, right? Admit it. You absolutely love it. When I was in trouble, you took me in. Now I won't abandon you either. Congratulations, girl, you've passed my test and won my heart. We can talk about our relationship later. Now come throw yourself into my arms. It wouldn't be wrong to confess your feelings. Hurry up. I forced a smile and agreed. A commotion came from the door. Wang Dudu burst in recklessly. She fell to the ground in the grand hall, weeping bitterly. Brother Yan, I'm your sister. You can't abandon me. I knew all along he wasn't really bankrupt. Why was I with him? For money, what else? The recording echoed in the mixed, noisy space, but I didn't want to explain. My initial intentions weren't pure, were they? Xiao Yan, furious, directly threw Wang Dudu out. He took a breath, trying to make his voice gentle. What's wrong? Tell me. As long as it's your words, I'll believe you. I sniffled, forcing out an emotionless smile. As you can see, CEO Xiao, I want 10 million, not too much, right? My entire body and luggage were thrown out of the main gate of the Xiao family estate, along with a $10 million check that fluttered down. Xiao Yan looked down at me with a cold face. It's best if I don't see you again. I sat in the dark for a long time before I could crawl up. Picking up the check, I smiled very happily, but as I smiled, tears dripped onto the check, blurring many of the zeros behind the number. As I left, I heard a voice full of resentment from inside the door. Damn it, women are all liars. Waya, my mother was right. The prettier a woman is, the better she is at deceiving people. 3 years, enough time for me to do many things. Aunt Chin's orphanage was finally saved by the local government thanks to new funding. The sick children in the orphanage were successively sent to large hospitals for treatment. With money for surgery, the treatment speed also increased. Every year, a few children in the local orphanage suffered from the same type of illness, with an extremely high mortality rate. I wanted to research it, but the funding was insufficient. I should have asked for 20 million. As I thought about it, tears welled up again. Than Than ran over and put a big white rabbit candy into my mouth, her small chubby hands clumsily wiping away my tears. I sighed, casually hugging her close, inhaling the warmth of this tiny human to recharge myself. Than Than, you must study hard in the future, grow up and earn a lot of money to repay your sister, okay? Your sister sacrificed something very important for you all. What did you sacrifice, sister? When Than Than earns money, I'll make it up to you. You really can't make it up to me, I sighed. I sacrificed my dead love. No sooner had I spoken than a resounding slap from Aunt Chin landed on the back of my head. Than Than is only 4 years old. What nonsense are you talking about? That day, Aunt Chin sat with me for a very long time, so long that I felt numb from mosquito bites. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore and suggested returning to my room. Aunt Chin stood up, brushed the stray hairs from my forehead, her eyes slightly red. I didn't pick you up and raise you hoping for repayment. Your siblings aren't your responsibility, and neither am I. If I had known, I would have insisted on not touching your money. I deserve to die. Why do I always make the people I care about sad? The next day, I was helping the children get their meals. A voice, both familiar and strange, filled my ears. What kind of rundown place is this? I'll have to send someone to expand it later. This place is so far and remote. My private jet can't even land. What did that little girl mean by looking at me just now? Has my charm extended this far? My hand trembled. The chicken drumstick fell onto the hand of the child at the front of the line. Oh, my dear child, burns are dangerous for children. By the time I regained my senses, Uncle Chen's medical team had already treated the child's wound. Uncle Chen pulled me in front of Xiao Yan. I felt a little guilty. You're here. Have you eaten? Are you going to apologize to me? How did you know I was here? Apologize to me, no matter what I say. Xiao Yan didn't answer, just pursed his lips and stared at me. In his heart, he insisted on an apology. I sighed softly, bowing my head solemnly and sincerely. I'm sorry. Xiao Yan's eyes wavered slightly, but in the end, he simply said, It's nothing, casually. Then he took long strides and went straight into my room. Aunt Chin told me, but I still want to hear your explanation directly. I felt wronged for no reason and sniffled. I didn't steal anything. Back then, I worked a summer job, tutoring a rich child. That child found me too strict and didn't want to study, so they fabricated a story that I stole their belongings. Their parents didn't listen to my explanation and sent me to the police station. That Gu family brat is a complete scoundrel. When I get back, I'll make the Gu family go bankrupt. How dare they bully my person? Then, what about the recording? I felt even more wronged. That recording wasn't real. I, of course, knew it wasn't real. I found out the next day. I came looking for you then but couldn't find you. You ran fast, didn't you? But what right did I have to feel wronged? After all, my initial reason for being with him was indeed for money. Xiao Yan sighed softly, stepping forward and embracing me. Let's try dating. I know you're not with me for love, and that's okay too. I have tons of money. It's best if you're greedy your whole life. I leaned into his arms, my ear closer to his heart. As I left with Xiao Yan, Aunt Chin and the children came out to see us off. Uncle Chen's medical team had stayed behind. Life would get better. Aunt Chin advised me this time to live for myself. At an altitude of 10,000 meters, I asked him about the situation of his stepmother and Wang Dudu. They went abroad and made a fortune. What? Those kinds of people can make a fortune. That's unfair. Xiao Yan chuckled softly, without lifting an eyelid, pulling me into his arms. They went to the north. You can slowly feel it out. This is really hard to comment on. I just wish them success. When we arrived at the gate of the Xiao family estate, we met some old acquaintances. Seeing Xiao Yan, they quickly approached. His uncle, nephew, can you take a position in the company? Just earn a little money for retirement. Brother, my place can't accommodate such a big statue like you, huh? His aunt, my children are married and I gave them my house as a wedding gift. Look how successful you are and your house is so big. Could you, brother? You know, I haven't had it easy these past few years. This isn't just about adding another mouth to feed, my girlfriend won't allow it. To his biological aunt, he was the most direct. Get out. As the door closed, separating us from those people, Xiao Yan's inner voice came through. I must have looked incredibly handsome in this woman's eyes just now, right? Indeed very handsome.